instructional video on how to safely make your way around the newly constructed circulators. Here I go. Okay, I'm coming up to the traffic light, which is, I'm heading right now on Post Road North. I'm coming up to the traffic light, which is at the intersection of Post Road North and Centerville Road. See the signs right here? Well, there's the road working sign blocking it, but Post Road, Centerville Road. So you have the option here. This is where Cumberland Farms is, and a ripe tomato, straight or right. You cannot take a left turn here. There are 2 left turn signs posted. So that part of the road is now closed off, where you used to be able to travel along Centerville Road, where Cumberland Farms is, and Burger King. But okay, so now I'm traveling down. This is actually Post Road. Centerville Road turns right into Post Road. Post Road's kind of funky. So I know that I am approaching West Shore Road is straight ahead. I'm in the left lane. If I were in the right lane, my only option is to travel right, or stay to the right, and continue traveling right onto West Shore Road. But I am going to go left and continue traveling down Post Road, and eventually it'll run into Veterans Memorial Drive. I'm waiting for everyone to make their way around. So now I am driving onto, this is Post Road, and I'm heading in the direction of the Post Road Airport Connector. So that would take you to Post Road and obviously Airport Road and the airport. The next right would take you in the direction of Post Road heading towards Main Ave and Jefferson Boulevard. But I'm going to stay in this left lane. Now if I were in the right lane, my only options are to turn right and travel towards TF Green Airport, or go right onto Post Road heading towards Main Ave, but I'm going to stay left here. My option is to continue around the circle or go straight, so I am going straight, and I'm on Veterans Memorial Drive. Coming up to the next circulator, it's tricky, mostly because a lot of the people traveling right where I am right now do not properly yield. They just fly right through this double yield here. So I'm in the left lane. If I were traveling in the right lane, my only options right now are to turn right onto Greenwich Avenue or continue straight on Veterans Memorial Drive. Left lane, options are to continue straight on Veterans Memorial Drive or stay left and make your way around the circle to head down Post Road South. If you're in the right lane right here, you cannot cross over and travel down Post Road South. You do not have that right of way. So now I'm continuing along Veterans Memorial Drive right now. I'm heading to the next roundabout. This is Tollgate Road, continuing along Centerville Road, which would be straight, or continuing around to Gilbane Street. So if you're in the right lane right here, your only options are to go right onto Tollgate Road or continue straight on 117. I'm in the left lane. My options are to go straight or continue making my way around the circle, which is what I'm doing. Okay. I'm going back on Veterans Memorial Drive. Now, coming back in this direction, you have the option to stay to the right and travel south on Post Road. You also have the option, I'm going to take the middle lane right here, okay? Middle lane allows me to travel on Veterans Memorial Drive. If I were in the left lane, my options are to travel Veterans Memorial Drive or keep going around the circle, okay? In this lane right here on the right, I do not have the right to go left around the circle to Greenwich Ave. I have to go straight here. Now I'm coming back down Veterans Memorial Drive. And by the way, back there, a lot of people, I'm not sure if they're aware, they are still taking the right on Post Road South and then taking the left and going back down Post Road along the little Main Street section of town to get onto West Shore Road, but you can do that right here. So I just stayed to the right. I'm on Post Road, right to West Shore. So this is where I am right now. I'm basically back to where I started. So I'm going to go on to West Shore Road. So I'm in the left lane. I have the right of way to go either left around the circle or straight. And it merges right here, so you have to be conscientious and polite. Okay, I'm traveling now on West Shore Road and I'm heading back to the first circulator. I'm going to stay in the right lane because I know that I am going to be taking a right onto Post Road, not at the first right, but the second one that heads towards Main Ave and Jefferson Boulevard. Okay, I'm on Post Road and I am heading towards the circulator. I'm going to stay in the right lane because I know that I will be traveling down Veterans Memorial Drive. So I'm heading towards Veterans Memorial Drive, Post Road South. If I were in the left lane, I would have the option of continuing straight or continuing left around the circle. Being in this lane right now, I do not have any right to keep going left around the circle heading back towards West Shore Road. I have to go right here, which is what I'm doing, or merging right onto Veterans Memorial Drive. I'm going to stay in the right lane because I know I'm going to be going right onto Greenwich Avenue. Being in the right lane right now, my only options are to go right onto Greenwich Avenue or continue straight on Veterans Memorial Drive. Heading back towards Centerville Road and Tollgate Road. Being in this lane right now, I do not have the right to continue left and travel down Post Road South around the circle. So I am going right now, and I'm on Greenwich Avenue. And Greenwich Avenue pretty much takes you to East Ave, and if you're going to Aruga's or Crown Plaza, the Warwick Mall, heading into Cranston, this is the way to go. I'm going to turn around and head back towards the circulator, traveling from this road, which is Greenwich Ave. Okay, I'm on Greenwich Ave, everyone. Approaching the circulator, and I am going to stay in the right lane because I know that I am going to travel down Veterans Memorial Drive. I want to go to Tollgate Road. My options are staying to the right and traveling down, or traveling right onto Veterans Memorial Drive, or I could continue to the left and travel down Post Road South. If I were in the left lane here, I would have the right of way to keep making my way completely around the circle. But of course, nobody's yielding. They just blow through this. I'm going to stay in the right lane because I know I plan on taking a right onto Tollgate Road. Okay, my options are to continue traveling straight towards 95 or taking Tollgate Road, which is what I just did. I'm on Tollgate Road and I plan on traveling towards, I want to get on 95. So I'm going to stay in the right lane. And I could keep going straight right now and stay to the left, but I'm going right here onto Centerville Road. Okay, I'm on Centerville Road and I have a doctor's appointment on Tollgate Road. So I'm going to stay in the left lane approaching this circulator. Because left lane has the right of way to continue around the circle. The right lane does not. The right lane only has the option to travel to take a right on Gilbane Street or continue on Veterans Memorial Drive. But I know I want to go to Tollgate Road, so I'm in the left lane. Oh, but you know what? I'd change my mind. I forgot something at home. I'm going to stay in the left lane because I have the right of way to stay in the left lane. And I have to go back home. And home is in the direction of Post Road South. So I'm going to get into the right lane because I'm heading down Post Road South. If I was heading towards West Shore Road, I would stay in the middle lane coming up here, but I'm going to get into the right lane. And I'm going to stay in the right lane because I want to avoid all the people that just continue to turn left here. City Hall is closed. Okay. I'm just leaving the People's Liquor Warehouse, Bank of America, Jersey Mike's Nails 21, Dunkin' Donuts lot over here. And I had to make a pit stop at the People's Liquor Warehouse for a little bit of wine. And I was just told by one of the employees inside the People's Liquor Warehouse is that their plans are to put a barrier right over here in the middle of this road, this no left turn here. Get used to it. And if you plan on traveling back down Post Road South, you have to turn right here and just take a minute and make your way around the circulator. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to stay in the left lane because the left lane has the right of way to go completely around the circle. So right lane does not. left lane does have the right of way here. So now I'm going to travel back down Post Road South. So that took like what, just a few seconds? Okay, I'm going to do one more here. I want to go to Cumberland Farms. And again, there is a no left turn at this intersection. So I'm going to go and pull into the Cumberland Farms lot, okay? At Cumberland Farms. Now, when you're exiting Cumberland Farms, you still can exit here. This is now all closed off and you can't travel towards Burger King. So this is all under construction. So people here, you can go out of Cumberland Farms and turn right. I am going to, all right, I'm going to sit here for a minute. So my options are to go straight and head towards West Shore Road, or to loop back around the Post Road Circulator there, or I am going to go left on Post Road North here at this intersection. So technically no one can be traveling on Post Road North and no one can turn left here anymore. Okay, so that other car you saw yesterday, a lot of people, they still think that they can turn left here coming up from Post Road North, and they're in for a surprise. So it's a little dangerous, but just pay attention. There are two no left turns coming up in front of Walgreens. Okay, so I'm going to travel on Post Road North now, heading towards that circulator. I'm going to stay in the left lane because I know that I'm going to be traveling up Greenwich Ave. If I were in the right lane, my only options would be right on Veterans Memorial Drive or straight right here onto Greenwich Ave. Left lane, I have the option to go left onto Greenwich Avenue or follow it around or keep going around the circulator. So I hope that this was helpful, everyone. I would appreciate your feedback, and it's real. A lot of it is just being aware and paying attention and being off your phone and being conscientious and yielding at the yield signs, and being considerate of other people that are right ahead of you that have been sitting there waiting. Don't just blow through the yield signs. There are a lot of people that walk in the area. There are bus stops over there in the circulator, especially in Apponaug. There's a lot of activity, so we want to keep it safe and friendly, and you have to think about the business owners and what they're dealing with, how it's changing a lot of people's lives. So don't be rude, don't be a jackass and just plow through like you own the road. You don't, and you put a lot of people in danger. That's why there are accidents happening every day. And the last thing I think anyone wants to see is anybody, to have a fatal injury, especially this time of year. So be safe, and I hope this was helpful. Thank you.